The story kicks off on the moon, where there's a rock. The first folks to land on the moon put it there. It says, "We're the first humans from Earth, and on behalf of all mankind, we declare we want peace." Right then, a huge shadow passed over the rock. It was a spaceship, and in no time, it was heading straight for Earth. Back on Earth, we see an institute called SETI. Their job was to keep an eye on signals from space. They picked up a really strong signal. A young guy there quickly called his senior. At first, they thought it might be some Russian ship, but their radar showed nothing like it. Then it hit them. This signal wasn't coming from anywhere else but the moon. They immediately tipped off the military, telling them this thing was massive, almost 550 kilometers wide. Its weight was a quarter of the moon's. The military office was like, "Nah, could just be an asteroid passing by Earth." But the junior officer shot back, "If it was a meteorite, it wouldn't keep stopping and starting, right? It'd move at a consistent speed." That got everyone tense. Meanwhile, at the White House, the president was freaking out, wondering what this thing even was. Then he was told it suddenly stopped in space and had broken into 36 different pieces. Each piece was huge, and within the next 36 hours, they'd be super close to Earth. A little later, reports started coming in from all corners of the world. People saw fire clouds. These fire clouds were nothing but those UFOs that had broken apart. Then one UFO started heading for Mexico. As soon as they sent their plane that way, the plane just burned to ashes from the UFO's heat before even reaching it. So basically, humans still hadn't figured out how to fight these UFOs. A short while later, that flying saucer just parked itself over the city. It was so big it completely covered the city. And it wasn't just Mexico. UFOs stopped like this over cities in other countries worldwide. The UFOs even messed with TV signals. So a guy named David, who's a satellite engineer and technologist, was called to the TV station. When David checked the satellite signals, he realized there were tons of other signals mixed in, constantly disappearing. When David went outside, he saw a giant UFO in the sky. He took one look and knew these signals were from aliens setting up their UFOs positions all over the world. And in the next 7 hours, the signals would totally vanish. David told the TV station owner it was just like a chess game. First you set up your army, then you attack. He said, "In 7 hours, our Earth will be attacked, and these aliens will try to wipe everything out." David called his girlfriend, who works as a communication director with the president. David told her everything about the aliens and how they'd be attacked in 7 hours, but she didn't listen to David and hung up. David knew he had to get this message to the president, no matter what. So he took off with his dad to meet the president. As soon as they got to the White House, he called his girlfriend, and she took David to the president. David had known the president since before he was president, and they'd even had a big argument back then. So they didn't really like each other. David tried to explain to the president that Earth is round. That's why the aliens probably couldn't send signals to each other. So they were using our satellites, and pretty soon, the aliens would attack Earth. The president just walked away after hearing David. Right then, 2 helicopters reached the UFO hovering over the White House to try and make contact with the aliens. But as soon as the helicopters got close, an alien inside the UFO opened fire on them, and both helicopters exploded. Seeing this, the president and the general realized they were about to be attacked. David was right, so everyone started running out of the White House. The whole city went into chaos. Everyone started leaving the city, but then time ran out, and the UFO's door in the sky opened. A bright blue light shone from inside the UFO. Everyone stared at it, and the next second, the UFO started attacking. The attack was so powerful that huge buildings turned to dust in seconds, and cities were destroyed in the next few hours. The president realized his mistake. He said, "I should have evacuated the city earlier. Millions of innocent people died for no reason." Then the Air Force planned to get revenge on the aliens. Some fighter planes went and took their positions near the UFO. Captain Stephen, who dreamed of becoming an astronaut, was in one of those fighter planes. All the fighter planes launched their missiles at the UFO, but all the missiles defused before hitting the UFO because an invisible shield protected it. They attacked the UFO with missiles multiple times, but it was useless. The next second, tons of small drones came out of the UFO and started attacking the planes, wiping out almost all the fighter planes. But Captain Stephen's plane was still safe. A drone started chasing him. Captain Stephen then led his plane through the mountains. Now the UFO was right in front of Stephen. Before the UFO could destroy Stephen's fighter plane, Stephen deployed his plane's parachute. The UFO got tangled in it and crashed. Now the alien's flying saucer was in front of Stephen. Stephen went closer and saw an alien injured inside the UFO. Stephen gave the alien a hard punch, and the alien passed out. Meanwhile, the president was also stressed because the aliens had wiped out their air force, so his people wanted to attack the aliens with nuclear bombs. But the president refused, saying, "I can't put my people in danger." Then David overheard this and got angry. David said, "We can't attack the aliens with nuclear bombs because if we do, we'll just destroy our own Earth." The defense minister angrily told David to leave. This angered David's father, who started saying, "You guys knew everything, yet you did nothing. In 1947, a UFO crashed in Roswell with aliens inside. You hid those aliens in Area 51 from the world, so you knew aliens were real. You guys should have prepared for this war beforehand." Then the president told David's father, "There's no Area 51 and no alien ever came to Earth before." But then the defense minister chimed in saying, "He's telling the truth." The president was shocked to hear this because no one had ever told him about Area 51 or any UFO crash. Area 51 was actually controlled by the Army. Anyway, after their talk, everyone went to Area 51. There was a huge lab underground. That UFO is still there today. Scientists told the president they'd been trying to fix it for years. They said, "We've learned a lot about it, but we can't fix it." But in the last 24 hours, ever since those other UFOs showed up, this one started activating on its own too. The scientists explained that these aliens can feel the environment just like us. They feel cold, heat, everything. That's why they want to take over Earth. Then the scientists showed the remains of the 3 aliens who died when that UFO crashed in 1947. The scientists explained that these aliens can see and hear, but can't speak. Maybe they talk to each other telepathically, mind to mind, they suggested. The president told David, "You understood their signals before, right? Now you'll figure out their code." Meanwhile, Captain Stephen tied the alien to his parachute and started moving forward. Suddenly, they saw some trucks. The guy in the truck was named Russell, who had flown planes in the Vietnam War 10 years ago. He claimed aliens suddenly abducted him back then. Nobody ever believed him, though. Now Captain Stephen moved forward with that alien. They all reached a base. Stephen had actually seen this base from above while flying his plane. It was Area 51. Security refused to let them in. But when Stephen showed them the alien, everyone freaked out and immediately let them in. The alien was taken to the lab. Scientists were checking it when the alien suddenly woke up. As soon as the alien looked at a scientist, the scientist's head started hurting. It was a telepathic effect, meaning it was sending some signals with its mind power. After that, the alien killed everyone, one by one. Just then, the president also came in, and the lab was filled with smoke. Then a scientist's body stuck to a glass wall, and the alien choked the scientist. After that, it took control of the scientist's mind and started talking to the president. "Let me go," the president said. "If we talk, we can learn a lot from each other and we'll try to live together." But the alien flat out refused and saying, "We will kill every single human." The same pain the scientist felt in his head started happening to the president because now the president was telepathically connected to the alien. Because of this, the president lost control. Finally, there was no other way to save the president. His guards killed the alien. As soon as the alien died, the president came back to his senses. Being connected to that alien, the president understood why they were here. The president told his people that these aliens are spread across the entire universe in huge numbers. They go from one planet to another, and their goal is to take over the whole universe. Any planet that gets in their way, they conquer it. And now it's Earth's turn. There was no other option left except a nuclear attack. So they immediately launched a nuclear attack on the UFO. But that invisible shield saved the UFO even from the nuclear bomb. It had no effect at all. Then Captain Stephen took a helicopter and went to the city to meet his wife and child. The president's wife was also there, and she was very sick. So Stephen brought everyone back. But the president's wife was suffering from internal bleeding. Doctors couldn't stop it, and she died on the spot. After that, the president became very sad. David was also very upset with the nuclear attack decision. David drank a bit too much. Then his father came and started trying to reason with him. But David didn't want to understand anything. His father said, "Fix your clothes or you'll get cold. You'll get sick." Hearing this, an idea sparked in David's mind, and he went to the flying saucer that crashed in 1947. That UFO had also suddenly become active. David put a cold drink can inside the UFO and told the officer to shoot. When the officer shot, because of that invisible shield, the bullet didn't hit the can. Then David pressed some buttons on the computer and said, "Now shoot." And when they shot again, it hit the can directly. Everyone was happy and surprised to see this. They started asking him, "How did you do all this?" David said, "I gave them a cold. I put a device with the can that created a virus inside the UFO, and its shield weakened." He explained, "We'll put devices like this inside their UFOs to fill their entire system with a virus. And after the virus, their invisible shield won't work." But the biggest challenge was how to even get this virus into their UFOs. David then said, with the help of the UFO we have, we'll go into their mothership and cause a huge explosion that will activate the virus in their system for a short time. We'll have about 1 minute, and for that 1 minute, their shield won't work. In that 1 minute, we have to destroy all their spaceships. But the question was, who would fly the UFO? Then Stephen said, during the war, I watched their UFO very carefully. I can fly it. Now, to execute this plan, all the countries in the world were informed via Morse code that they would attack tonight. Their shield won't work for 1 minute. All the countries in the world got ready for the attack. A nuclear missile was fitted into the UFO that Stephen was going to fly. He was told that this missile wouldn't explode on impact, but it would have a 30-second timer. After that, it would explode, so he had to get out of there no matter what before that. Due to a shortage of pilots, the government had to go out to the people and say, anyone who knows how to fly a plane, step forward. Russell, who was abducted by aliens and was a pilot in the Vietnam War, came forward and said, I also want revenge on these dogs. He joined them too. The president decided he would also fly a fighter plane because he used to be a pilot. Now Stephen and David got into the UFO and headed towards the aliens. They entered their mothership. Inside, a huge alien army was ready for attack. As soon as they got in, their UFO started controlling itself and docked where all the small UFOs were. David started uploading the virus, and as soon as it uploaded, he informed Earth about it. After this, the UFO on Earth was attacked, but the shield had no effect. Everyone became sad seeing this. Then the president said, let's try one more time. And this time, the missile hit the UFO directly. Everyone was extremely happy about this, and then missile after missile was launched at the UFO. Just then, lots of small drones came out of the UFO and started attacking Earth. The Air Force counterattacked, but it made no difference. Now the president had his last missile left, and just then, the UFO's main door opened. The president aimed, but he missed. Now Russell had one missile left, but when he tried to launch it, it jammed. So he crashed his entire plane into the UFO. After that, there was a huge explosion, and the UFO crashed to the ground. Meanwhile, David and Stephen were now trapped inside the alien mothership. No matter how hard they tried, they couldn't get out, and both decided they would activate the nuclear bomb, even if it meant sacrificing their lives. They launched the missile. As soon as that missile hit the control panel, their spaceship broke free from the docking station. Now they could get out. They only had 30 seconds to get out of the spaceship, and just then the doors started closing. But somehow, both of them managed to get out. As soon as they were outside, a huge nuclear blast happened, completely destroying the mothership. All over the world, wherever there were spaceships, humans destroyed them all. And that's how the aliens lost the war and humans won. If you liked the video, hit like and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.